Oh,
request. Oh,
perfect.
there you go.
Thank you. That worked. That
All
was way
right.
easier.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much for anyone who's listening to this, or if you are here. Today we have Malia Thibodeau and Bavia. Help me out with your last name, Bavia.
Yeah.
Okay, Cha. Okay, got it. Um, So today we're gonna be doing a little bit of just to get to know these amazing, incredible scholarship winners from past years. Malia has she has won the scholarship twice, right, Malia?
Yes.
Yeah, twice, and Bavia, I think it's four times, right, Bavia?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. So as we have approximately 14 days until the ACB National Scholarship closes, so we just want to do this little Zoom call for all those new students who have not applied in the past to just get some tips from previous winners, especially these two special winners. Clearly, you guys have something, and so hopefully you can share a little bit of that with us. My name is Ricardo Salazar. I am the current president of the uh, you know the ACB students and the American Council of Blind Students. Um, we're also here with Olivia Wilkerson. She is our director too, and also going to be passing it along to her. So go ahead, Olivia.
Awesome. Hey everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to start by having our two panelists introduce themselves, how many times you've received the scholarship, and just kind of what you're doing. So whoever wants to start first, we can start with you, Malia, if that works.
Yeah, sure. So I won the scholarship 2 times. Um, right now, I'm a senior at Hillsdale College in Michigan, studying international business and foreign language, and also journalism. This is, I guess, my last semester, but things are going rather well, I would like to believe. Gonna get married in a month and a half. So yeah,
Ooh.
that's it.
Congrats, Media. Um, I can go
Yeah.
next. My name is Bhavya Shah. I won the scholarship 4 times, finishing up my master's in artificial intelligence at Stanford. I did my bachelor's in mathematical and computational science, and I'm not getting married next month.
Yeah, thank you for that, guys. Now that we know a little bit about yourselves, I want to. I mean, this is a little bit of an additional. Well, I think it is actually on the one of the questions that Olivia has. Olivia, you can go ahead and start asking the questions.
Yeah, awesome. So I'd like to start with how has this ACB scholarship impacted your college career, and even your field of study, like your major?
I'll hop in. Uh, I'm sure as a college student, you're aware of the costs of living alone, of paying for school, of figuring out room and board, and all of the additional expenses as a blind student of getting the assistive equipment that you need. All of these things weigh on your mind. Of course, you can get internships, part time jobs, other scholarships, financial aid from the institution, and all those avenues ought to be explored in parallel. But yet, there is always a little bit of stress about the economics of it all. I think that the ACB scholarship for me served as this consistent pillar throughout my undergrad years of a certain amount of money that I could count on that would allow me to spend my cognitive effort and my emotional energy on studying and thriving at school rather than on figuring out how to pay for it. Of course, going to these conventions itself gives you access to a community of like minded peers. Malia is a very good friend of mine, met her through convention, and a number of other people, some of which even ended up coming to my college for grad school, Matthew Ard being one of them. So I would encourage all of y'all to apply, no matter where y'all are at in your school journey, and see what happens. You'd be surprised.
As for me, I mean, I would agree with Bavia about actually everything he said. Just it is always great to have, you know, the just the extra money. It's nice, because like Bavia said, we are college students. We do have some of those struggles, but like a big thing for me was, you know, it got me involved in ACB. So I won it before this semester before freshman year. And then before I went to college, I got to meet people. I got to meet Bavia. I got to meet Greg. I got to meet a lot of other people from ACB Nationals. Um, and that was, I think, a really great experience. And it really gave me confidence about being able to navigate around on a college campus. And then I do remember I did a lot of talking with Pavia and Tati, who I also met, who's also a previous scholarship winner, obviously, and who I met at the first convention. Like I did a lot of talking with them just about, well, one, just being friends, and then also two, having a lot of uh, blind people confusion and stuff. So yeah, it's a really great network of support.
Awesome. So, kind of going off of that, how has just ACB students in general been able to support you throughout your time in college, whether that be um, the relationships you've made or just information at convention or anything in between?
Oh, and yeah, I guess you can tell us with that, you can tell us your background with ACB or ACBS, when you start and, when you hear about it and all that stuff to complement, I guess.
Um, I guess I'll start with this one. Well, ACB students has been something. This is my first year not doing it. So since I got involved in freshman year, I was director two for a while, and then I was what was I? I was director two. I did like the social committee, um, and then I did. Oh yes, and then I was second vice president for 2 years, and then for a second there, I was first vice president interim. Um, all of that was just a really good experience in like student leadership. Um, I guess there's the generic organizational thing of like it's good for student leadership, growing. Um, it didn't feel way too high stakes just because I was around people who were all very supportive. ACB students is it is, of course, it has professionality in it, but the people who do it with you, they are so supportive and they're so nice to work with as people that it doesn't feel as stressful as it could in some other organizational things. But yeah, ACB students was kind of like a constant. So whenever things were changing, whenever I was having hardships or anything, I could talk to the people, get advice, give advice, and then it always felt like I was doing something to um, help, like as younger students were coming in, to help guide them um, in the things that confused me. So yeah.
Hello. I'm going to ask for a couple more minutes before I chime back in. I'm just getting back.
Yeah, no worries. We can wait. Let's wait a little bit for Bobby.
And so here's running commentary of what's happening. I'm directing my dog. All right. I got involved in ACB students after my first scholarship as well. Um, I can remember if the first year I was on as first vice president or in some other capacity, but that was the role I served in for the bulk of my time in my association with the organization. And yeah, it really gives you an opportunity to exercise your leadership skills, to discover who you are as a leader, who you aspire to be as one. How do you interact with other colleagues? How do you navigate challenging times within an organization? Also gives you access to the resources of the ACB, getting to interact with other committees, working together with, for example, the International Relations Committee to put up a student event, organizing the in person programming at the National Convention, and more important than anything else, the friends you make by working with the people that you do in running the organization. So I had a great time and I have fond memories of the times that I served on ACB students.
Yeah, thank you guys for those answers. I just wanted to chime in to say that, I deeply agree with what you guys say because I've been involved with ACBS for it's almost been 2 years now. I have not got any scholarship, but regardless, someone recruited me and I joined, and I'm now the president. I started as the treasurer. I met Malia, and well, I'm so happy to meet Bhavya today because Bhavya, you're like a star in ACB and ACBS. People talk so highly about you. I was like, wow, I'm so excited to meet Bhavya finally. This has been such a pleasure. So, so
It's
yeah,
all
I
a hype, Ricardo.
yeah. So so yeah, I do agree with you guys. It's been definitely a time of exploration of who I am as a leader, and I'm still a president. But I still discover new things about this and how to network, doing things like that, and my style and yeah, I really find a very amazing community when we come to ACBS, to the meetings, to the things, to the people. Yep, I definitely agree with that, and I that's why I always encourage people. You guys want to join ACBS? You don't have to be under a lot of pressure. It's we work. If you want to be a leader, go ahead. But if you just want to be on the meetings, you want to say something. There's no pressure at all for that. But yeah, you can always get more involved if you want, or as involved as you want to be. So yeah, I think we can go to the next question, Olivia.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna kind of combine a couple of them here. So, what tips do you have for current students who are in college? And besides the resources and connections available for ACB students, is there anything else that really helped you as your time during your time as a college student?
This is Bhavya. I can take this to begin with. Um, this is one thing that I heard over and over throughout college. And I thought at some point I internalized it. But really, even post undergrad, as I took a 6 month break, now that I'm in my graduate program and I will be transitioning to the post grad life, networking is something that you will find value in and get better at only with time and experience. What does networking really mean? It just means meeting people at college, meeting people in a grade above you, meeting people who are in the workforce, meeting people who are second degree connections or weak ties or whom you just had serendipitous encounters with. And sure, you can be somewhat strategic about what value you can derive from it, but really, deep down, all of us just want to have warm, genuine relationships with one another and have deep curiosity about each other's stories and life experiences and perspectives, and want to be able to share our own with others who are good listeners. So I hope you can try as best as you can to not let this opportunity of being surrounded by tons and tons of young people or people who are professors who care about supporting young people. ACB, who through the scholarship program wants to support you in your education. I hope you don't let that opportunity fly by you and can just meet people, get to know them, and you'll not be able to anticipate the ways in which things just come together and the dots connect in the future.
Yeah, I would agree with Bhavya just about human connection. Um, I do know that some people are kind of averse to networking because they're like, oh, it's not genuine. But like, I think a lot of it comes from the just the way you approach it. If you approach it with a with less of a mindset, oh, this is just to get connections, this is just to gain an advantage. Like those are benefits of something, but it doesn't have to be the main purpose for eating it. Like you need food to survive, but you don't have to just eat slop. That is thickly nutritious, you know. But I agree with that, and I would also say like an advice for college students is to relax a little bit. um, you get really, really involved with things sometimes. Um, but take a moment, uh, relax, take a rest day. The other 6 days or whatnot can be super busy as you want them to be. But take a rest day, or else you're going to burn out. It happened to me. It was not fun. um, so uh yeah, that's a big recommendation I would make for people. Like I've kind of instituted that, and then I'm feeling so much better this semester and this last semester. This last fall semester it's been a lot better. And then I believe there was a second question after the advice for ACB, or sorry, advice for current college students. What was that again? Sorry.
Yeah, is there anything that helped you along your way during your time as a college student?
Oh yeah, just having a close group of friends. Like you're gonna meet a lot of people, and a lot of them are super cool and super nice. But it's okay to have like a group of 4 or 5 friends that are your close ones. It doesn't mean you hate everybody else. Just you just hang out with your 4 or 5 friends, and it makes you feel a lot better. And it means you're not as stretched thin. So yeah.
I echo that.
Yeah, awesome. Um, that's definitely good advice and something I've experienced a little bit as well. So I've switched some of these around, so we're kind of gonna jump back to um the scholarship for a minute before we wrap up. But what tips do you have for students who are planning to apply, or are in the process of applying for the ACB scholarship?
I would say from what I remember, um, the scholarship, a lot of it is kind of self-explanatory, I think. So you go through the process. Um, you get your reference letters, you get your recommenders, and then you go to the short answer questions. And a lot of that is the information that they're going to ask you in the interview. And so all you have to do is really just order your thoughts, and then that's going to be really uh, the I guess the meat of what the substance of the interview. Otherwise, they just want to know more about you, and it's not they're not trying to be like you need to have this. It's a lot of hey, I want to get to know you. What do you do? How has like your blindness impacted um, your college career, like how are you doing, what are you doing. It's just a lot of questions that as a college student or as someone who's about to go to college, you've probably answered a lot of times before, so you just need to uh, not freak out about it, I guess. It's just know that it is something that has been asked before, and you have the answers to the questions they're going to ask you. You just need to be calm about it. Um, and also another point, one time I wasn't able to get it because my recommender got in like 3 days late. I would be on your recommenders. Tell them if they haven't gotten it in like 5 days beforehand. Remind them. Don't be afraid to remind them. That's a good amount of money that's on the line there. Just be nice about it, but don't be afraid to remind them.
Yeah, I echo all of what Maria said. It's one of the more straightforward sort of applications. The questions are also fairly specific, and you just have to draw on your life experiences and write about them. One tip is you've likely written application essays for colleges. You can quite plausibly reuse or readapt some of them to answer some of the essay questions in the ACB scholarship application. If you applied for other scholarships, again, there is some amount of crossover. Um, and you may have made a resume, which will allow you to answer a couple of the questions about recent extracurriculars or work experiences and whatnot. So, cobble together, share about who you really are, what you're passionate about, what you've done, and what you hope to do, and take it easy.
Yeah, and I guess something I can mention to add up to this these set of tips that are really good is don't be discouraged if you don't win it the first time. You know, like I've heard of people who've applied multiple times and they got it in the second or third try. You know, like I know there's so many years in college, but you know, I would never give up just doing it the first time. I applied just once because I was kind of late to the party. I learned about this super late, and then like at that time, it was like I was a junior. Next time I was a senior, and then I'm like I'm not gonna pursue a master's at the moment, but I might apply if I'm gonna pursue a master's. Maybe after after I work for a little bit, whatever. But yeah, don't give up. If you didn't get it the first time, definitely like keep applying. Do not give up.
Awesome. Well, this has been great information. I have one more question just to kind of wrap things up. Um, and I think you guys have touched on this a little bit, but what are you doing now, or what are you planning to do kind of now that you're either finishing up or have finished your, at least for your undergrad? Uh, yeah.
I can take this to begin with. After I finished my undergrad, I went back home to India to spend 6 months with my family. I ended up doing a bunch of stand up comedy, social media, film, commercials, fun kind of stuff. A complete divergence from the super nerdy stuff I was studying at college. Um, and after doing that for 6 months, I came back to the US because I had gotten a guide dog match at the Seeing Eye. This was for my chocolate lab, Diane, who is my seeing eye dog for this past year. Um, I resumed my master's in AI at Stanford itself at the same college. And this quarter, I graduate. As for what's next, I'm still figuring that out. But I'm excited to work either in product management or user experience research roles, policy strategy at an AI or spatial computing company.
Bro's a little more ambitious than I am. Um, um, so yeah, as I previously said, this is my last semester of college. I will, God willing, finally be going on my Spanish study abroad thing. Um,
Really?
Bavia knows, but
Wait,
I've been
you're
trying to do that.
graduating though, right?
I've been yeah. This is a big thing, man. I've been trying to
Wow.
do this for like 3 years now. It's been horrible.
Wow.
Um, so my official graduation date is actually going to be somewhere in like at the end of June. Because they're just fine with me doing my study abroad after I complete everything else. I'll still get to walk, but you know, a little complicated. I actually wasn't there for a semester in freshman year. Um, I had to leave for health complications. You know how it is. So I guess that's also an encouragement for college students. I remember at the time I was a little stressed, and Bobby was actually the one to help me with that. I was like, I want to graduate on time. I need to do this and this and this. And while that is happening because I pushed myself too hard, I have a bunch of friends who are not. Who are staying an extra semester and like they're absolutely fine with it. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not slow. Nothing's wrong with you if you're here for another semester. Um, that was a little tangent, but I thought that needed to be said. Um, yeah. So after this, my I guess fiance, soon to be husband, will be hopefully going to a graduate school for physics. Um, and I will be going wherever he goes because uh, my major and my interests are far more applicable than his are, far more flexible, applicable in different situations. Um, so I'm hoping to do journalism. The big hope, if wishes are fishes, and we get to go to some large place, then I'd like to do a foreign policy or a business beat. I'm more likely to get business because that is my major, and I do specialize in that. So yeah, that's my plan for the future.
Awesome. We do have two other people on the call, Aaron, and we have also John. And before we wrap up, do you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to say? Well, John is a previous scholarship winner as well. Um, so if you have any questions, just you can talk right now. If not, we can wrap this up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, really good. It was a lot of nice information, stuff I would have liked to have known before I first applied, but no, I think it was really good.
Yeah,
Thanks
you still got
for
it.
them.
You still
John, tell
got
us
it,
about
John.
yourself. What do you do?
Oh, that's fine. I my background's a little weird, but I do nuclear engineering education now.
Huh. Do you
Yeah.
work in it or are you a student?
Yeah, I'm a PhD at the University of Michigan.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, John is part of our advocacy committee as well. So, he's part of the ACBS family. So, yeah. All right. So, if anyone else doesn't have anything to say, Olivia, you want to do the closing?
Yeah, Bavia or Malia, is there any final um bits of wisdom you want to share before I wrap things up?
I guess I would just say it's not really wisdom. It's just thanks to ACB students for being there uh,
Mm,
for my whole basically college experience, and the just to reiterate that the people that I met involved in ACB and ACB students have been really great friends. And I met Pavia probably I met him 4 years ago now, probably, and then I saw him one time again the next year, and then I haven't talked with him in person, and yet we're still great friends. And so, doing things like this, I think, and taking advantage of this opportunity, like they can yield long time friends, and um, it is a very great experience for which I am very grateful. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I just want to
Mm.
also express gratitude to ACB for continuing the scholarship program and for choosing to invest in my education for several years, and really makes a difference. And I hope it continues to for other students who are blind and ambitious.
Mm. Thank you guys. Thank you for those words, Malia, Bavia. That was really thoughtful and yeah, really, really nice. Thank you for all those who came to this meeting and who came to listen to this afterwards on YouTube or something. I want to post it on YouTube, by the way. So thank you guys. Thank you for this. Olivia, you wanna wrap up?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you all for coming. This was really great information. Um, like Ricardo said, this will be posted um, on a couple different platforms. So if you're watching this, thank you for watching. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having me. Have a good
Thank
evening.
you. And be in touch. Yeah, thank you.
You too.
Bye.